Hey everybody, today I have a new tool that I'm going to be reviewing for you. It's the Relay Buddy by Electronic Specialties, the ES number 190. And I picked this up on Amazon and I was pretty skeptical, honestly. I had a car in that the customer was complaining that it would intermittently just not start, and when I went and picked the car up, it started fine. I drove it here, I parked it, time to pull in the garage, check it out. What do you know? Wouldn't start. Checked the relays, didn't seem to be a problem. So I didn't know what to do. I thought maybe the battery was dead. Tried that. Did a lot of diagnosing outside. Could not get it to start. What I ended up doing was I unplugged the relays, switched them around, plugged them back in. Finally, some combination of the relays, the car started. Pull it in the garage, let it sit overnight. Once again, would not start in the morning with the relay combination that I had come up with. So, frustrated, I took the battery out of the car and waited about a day, put the battery back in, the thing starts right up. So it was a very odd electrical situation with this vehicle. I thought possibly the relays were bad and maybe they were sticking sometimes and they weren't sticking other times. So I saw this little tool, and what this thing will do is it'll test whether your relays are opening and shutting correctly. You take your relay out of the vehicle, you place it into the Relay Buddy, and you select whether it's a 4 or 5 pin relay and press go. And it'll cycle the relay on and off and on and off and on and off, and it does this 10 times. If it does this 10 times without failure, you'll get a little green light right here, and it tells you the relay's good. It saves you from wasting $20, $30 on a relay that isn't bad, just throwing parts at it. So I got this, and I actually tested every single relay on the car. There were over 20 of them, and all of them were able to be tested with the Relay Buddy, and every single one of them checked out, and every single one of them were fine. So the customer did not have to replace any of their relays because all of the relays were tested, and all of the relays tested out the same. They all tested green. If any of the relays during one of those 10 cycles will fail, this little light will immediately turn red. You won't get a green light if the relay is any good. It will turn red if the relay has any sort of problems with it cycling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this up to a battery on the bench here, and I have a relay that's a good relay that I'll show you how it cycles, and you can hear it cycle on and off, and then you'll see the green light at the end. So if you may have a similar problem with your vehicle, you may have a problem with relays on multiple vehicles that you own. The cost of 1 or 2 relays is actually going to be more than the cost of this tool to check them all. And if you just take a little time and you test them, it will save you from wasting a lot of money on parts that you otherwise don't need to change out. So hang tight and you'll see how this thing works. Okay, here's the Relay Buddy itself. It comes with about a 3-foot set of leads, and those leads would attach to your car battery, or in this case the battery that is sitting on the bench. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. It's easier to see this with a plywood background than it would be in the internals of an engine. What you do with the Relay Buddy is you will connect the red clamp or the hot side to the positive side of a battery terminal, and then you'll take the neutral side or the black side and hook it up to the negative side of the battery terminal. A light will come on. If the relay is already installed at this point, when you attach the 2 clamps, it will do the cycle at that point without having to press the test button. However, if you see this red light and there's no relay, there's nothing wrong. That just means there's power. What you do is you take the relay out of the vehicle and you take 1 relay at a time. You'll take the relay and you will put it into the corresponding slot where it matches up. In this case, the large 5-pin relay goes in the bottom slot, and it pushes in there nice and flush into the Relay Buddy. Select 4 or 5 pin. We'll select 5 pin because it's a 5-pin relay. and then you just press test. And what this will do is cycle the relay on and off 10 times. If it is successful with cycling it on and off 10 times under load, it will give you a green light, and that means the relay is good and you don't have to waste $20 or $30 replacing it. So we'll press the test button and you'll hear the relay cycling on and off and on and off. Alright, we got a green light. This relay is good. You would just repeat this process with all the other relays in the vehicle. If you find one relay or two relay or 10 relays that are bad, well, it saves you a lot of money from replacing others that are not bad just because you aren't sure. What you can do immediately at this point is remove this relay and plug your next relay in. So let's say this was another relay. I could plug the next relay in it without unhooking any wires and then press test again. And another green light. So that would be another relay out of the way. I could take yet another relay, plug that in there, and repeat the process and repeat the process and repeat the process. I did this with about 20 relays and literally spent probably less than 10 minutes doing it. And I found that every relay on the vehicle was fine. It was another problem that was causing my electrical issues. One other thing I'd like to show you is how the relay is clicking on and off. I mean, we can all hear them click, but not many people would have a concept of what's going on unless you'd ever taken one apart and energized it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the power to the relay buddy so I don't get shocked when I put this in. I have a disassembled relay right here, and you'll be able to see how it cycles on and off. I disconnected power. There's no light on, so there's no power going to the unit itself. I'm going to take it, I'm going to plug it in, and when I do this and we add power, remember if there's a relay already in there, it's going to cycle on and off as soon as I apply the power back. So I'm going to apply power, and once it's done cycling, I'm going to zoom in on it and then hit test once again so you can watch it on and off, and how it works. So I'm going to add the power. And then I'm going to press test, and you can see it a little bit closer as to how a relay is cycling on and off. That's the clicking you hear, and this is what the relay buddy does. It's applying power to it, it's cycling it on and off, and green light. So even though I disassembled this relay, this would be a good relay if I want to put the cap back on it and install it back in a vehicle. Once you're done with the relay buddy, all you're going to do is just disconnect the negative side. The light will go off, there's no power, and then you'll disconnect the positive side. You'll fold up the wires, put it back in the case, and it's ready to go. Ready to go back in your toolbox anyway. I would highly suggest these for anybody that does mechanic work in a garage, in a commercial setting, or even somebody that owns multiple vehicles that may be a little bit older, and these kind of parts do break. I mean, they're not made to last forever. And you know, if you have a nothing is more annoying than a intermittent electrical issue, and if you can rule this out, you can look for other things that could be the cause. If you're lucky, you just have a $10 or $20 relay be the cause of all your problems, but more likely than not, you're going to have multiple or perhaps more than a dozen of these relays in your vehicle. And if you just went and decided you're going to replace them all, that would be hundreds and hundreds of dollars that you can save by just testing them with a tool like this. So to wrap this up, I'll say that the Relay Buddy was a good purchase. I am very happy with it. I have no complaints. It does what it says it's going to do, and it was able to test many relays for me. Never had a problem. All you need is just a car battery and a relay to test. So if you like this video, click like. If you like my channel, click subscribe. And I'd love to hear some comments. If you have any more questions, leave them below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can.